welcome you to the first ever event, Let's Talk Woman to Woman. Now, I am so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to have you here because these are the very topics that affect us women on a daily basis. So I actually had a chance to catch up with different women from all walks of life to ask them about certain topics we're going to be discussing here tonight. Let's take a look.
Communication wouldn't be an issue for me, but I have dealt with the opposite. Maybe the guy wouldn't communicate what he wanted, or the only time that I would say that communication was an issue is like in the beginning of the relationship, you're starting to know someone and to set boundaries, like what's okay, what's not, and sometimes going beyond your limit just because you want to make sure that's still gonna work.
Women tend to compete too much in the workplace, especially when you start working in a company. It takes time for us to trust each other and understand that we're like in the same team. But with the time, you have to just prove that you guys are there for the same goal.
Most people have a variety of beauty standards, or even not even so much physical, but even what you should be doing in your life, like stages. So you see some 21-year-olds, they are out of the house, they might have not even gone to college and they're making millions of dollars. And then you're sitting here and you're like, well, I'm 25, I still live at home, and I am just kind of getting into my career, and that can kind of mess with your head sometimes.
Well, I have a daughter who's 7, and every day I tell her that she's smart, kind, generous, thoughtful, beautiful, confident. I give her the words that she understands the word, but maybe she doesn't understand that about herself. And my parents did that with me, and I think that that's sort of that nature versus nurture, because then we're sort of thrust into this world of trying to be a businesswoman, trying to be a mother, trying to be a caretaker, trying to be everything that we think society wants us to be versus who we are in our own self. And that boils down to authenticity with me. But I want her to know, and I want her to grow up knowing that she's all of these things regardless of what the world tells her.
My parents instilled in me a strong level of self-esteem by telling me I could do anything and I was beautiful and I could be anything. And I feel like there's a lot of women, especially young women, who just don't feel good about themselves, and they're beautiful. I also think that women need to empower other women and tell women that they look great, that they're sharp dressed that day. And I've done it at random acts of kindness because somebody did that to me years ago when I was a young junior executive. I walked in somewhere and some beautiful older woman said to me, "You look great today. That suit really fits you well." And it empowered me, and I felt better about myself. And it's amazing what a stranger's comment can do for somebody.
I think events like this one are incredibly important because they give women an environment and a platform to connect and be able to realize that they're not alone. They're not alone when it comes to their insecurities, their concerns, and their willingness to strive to be better, because sometimes you can get very internal and overthink everything and think, I'm the only one who's going through this, but that's not the case.
I think we all have similar experiences, and I think things are changing for women, but it's still really hard, especially at the work environment, because guys still make more money than us. And I think it's important that we need to share those experiences and try to fight together to get better rights for us.
If you put it out there and you're kind of like, hey, you that too? You feel that way? Oh, that happened to me. How did you handle that? What was your perspective? How could I handle this differently? It's almost in a way, it's like mental preparation, It's like, how do I handle myself should I come across this situation? And it's also guidance. I mean, they say you are an average of the 6 closest people around you. So if you keep those strong people that have mind over matter, good perspective, positivity around you, then you're gonna naturally adopt that. And on those bad days, we need that. We need to support one another.